In the world of modern medicine, we are sold a story of heroes. We imagine the lone scientist in a Boston lab or the massive pharmaceutical giant in Switzerland. But the reality of how a drug gets from a test tube to a patient is not a story of heroism. It is a story of logistics. It is a story of the middleman. This is the story of Medpace. While its competitors built sprawling, decentralized empires by buying up everything in sight, Medpace did something different. They built a fortress in the American Rust Belt. They didn't just survive the chaos of the biotech industry, they built a machine to master it. To understand the machine, you have to understand the architect, Dr. August Trondle. In the late 80s, Trondle was a gatekeeper at the FDA. His job was to review metabolic drugs. Day after day he watched pharmaceutical companies fail, not because their science was bad, but because their data was messy. He moved to Sandoz, now Novartis, hoping to fix things from the inside. Instead, he found himself managing contract research organizations that treated clinical trials like shipping logistics. They moved boxes, not patients. Trondle realized the industry was broken. So, in July 1992, he left Big Pharma. He rented a small office in Norwood, Ohio, and incorporated a company with a beautifully boring name, Medical Research Services. Trondle's idea was radical but simple, the physician-led model. In a standard outsourcing company, a project manager runs the show. They care about budgets and timelines. The doctors are just consultants. Trondle inverted the pyramid. At Medpace, the doctor is the boss. They design the trial. They train the monitors. They don't just look for safety problems. They look for medical truth. In the 90s, Medpace became the special forces for metabolic disease. If Pfizer wanted to run a cholesterol trial, they hired a big generalist. If they wanted the best cholesterol trial, they called Cincinnati. Then came 2008, the global financial crisis. Funding for biotech evaporated. Competitors bloated with debt from buying other companies started mass layoffs. The world was retreating, but Trondle, he attacked. He bet everything on a dying industrial site in Madisonville, the old Newtone fan factory. It was a brown field, 29 acres of contaminated soil and decaying concrete. While others hoarded cash, Medpace cleaned the soil. They repurposed the old factory parking garage into the foundation of a luxury hotel. They built a self-contained campus, a fortress of research. It was a physical declaration that the new economy of biotech was rising from the old economy of manufacturing. To go global, Medpace briefly partnered with European private equity firm Cinven in 2014. They used the capital to plant flags across Europe and Asia, exporting their Cincinnati discipline to the world. In 2016, they went public. Ticker MEDP. IPO price $23. Wall Street didn't know what to make of them. Trondle refused to play the game. He didn't give earnings guidance. He didn't schmooze. He told investors essentially, trust the machine. And the machine worked, but this efficiency comes at a cost. The culture inside the fortress is polarizing. Medpace hires blank slates, recent college grads, and puts them through the grueling PACE training program. It is a boot camp for clinical research. It's sink or swim. Trondle demands presence. While the rest of the tech world went remote, Medpace stayed in the office. They enforce strict non-competes. It is not a workplace for everyone, but for those who survive, it is a forge that creates the most disciplined operators in the industry. Today, that $23 stock trades over $600. The company is worth over $16 billion. They are expanding again. New towers, new labs, solar canopies, doubling down on the campus that started as a brownfield gamble. Medpace remains a singular entity. No mergers, no acquisitions, just organic, relentless growth. From a rented room in Norwood to a global empire, Dr. Trondle proved that you don't need to be in Boston or Silicon Valley to change the world. You just need to be the architect of the invisible.